Known for its incredible history, fascinating culture, and delicious food, Vietnam is a unique, diverse country to explore. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we share the things to know before you go to Vietnam. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at the best time to visit Vietnam. So the best time to visit will depend on where you are visiting and what you are looking to see and do. You can visit North Vietnam to places like Hanoi, Halong Bay and Sapa in spring or autumn, where you can enjoy pleasant weather and milder temperatures, but also enjoy the blooming flowers and rice fields located here. Visit central Vietnam from February to May, when you can experience warm, dry weather before the summer heat and typhoon season kicks in. South Vietnam can be visited all year round, but the best time to visit would be December to April. This is the dry season with lower humidity and cooler temperatures. So now let's look at getting there. Most international visitors will fly into the major airports in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City and then travel around Vietnam from there. You can get yourself a direct flight from many cities in Asia, as well as some destinations in North America, Europe and Australia. Da Nang also has an international airport, but does mainly link to cities in Asia. Alternatively, if you are traveling from Cambodia, Laos or China, you can get a bus or train into Vietnam, with many backpackers choosing the night buses to get around Southeast Asia. So now let's look at getting around Vietnam itself. If you are travelling in between a certain area, then you are best off sticking to the trains and buses. So if you're travelling, for example, from Hanoi to Halong Bay, you can get yourself a bus, with many Halong Bay cruises, including a bus from your hotel in Hanoi all the way to Halong Bay. However, if you are travelling from one side of the country to the other, it is best to get yourself a domestic flight. Airlines like Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet Air, Bamboo Airways and Jetstar Pacific all offer the popular routes for affordable prices. It is possible to rent a motorbike or scooter and get around, especially whilst you're in the cities themselves. Just make sure to have an international driving permit and be aware of the local driving conditions. These can be a challenge. In the major cities, you can also use taxis and ride-hailing apps like Grab. These can be the most convenient ways of getting around whilst you're in the cities themselves. So now let's look at the typical prices. Vietnam is a great place to visit for budget travellers, with budget hostels starting at around $5 per night for a dorm bed, whilst budget hotel rooms can range between $10 to $25 per night. Mid-range rooms range between $30 to $60, whilst more luxurious rooms will cost you between $70 to $200 per night. Street food like banh mi can be found from under $3. A meal in a local restaurant will cost you between $3 to $10 per meal, whilst meals in a Western restaurant will cost you between $10 to $30 depending on the location you are in. So Vietnam is incredibly budget friendly, but there are ways that you can save even more money whilst you are here. Firstly, stick to hostels. They have some fantastic hostel choices in Vietnam, and even if you would rather have a private room, you can get yourself a private room within a hostel and still save a lot of money whilst getting that privacy and comfort you might be looking for. Eat at the street stalls and local markets as much as possible, making sure to try the popular local dishes and try to avoid Western meals as much as you can as well. Use local buses and trains, which are very affordable, or rent a motorcycle for as little as $5 per day to explore at your own pace. Just make sure to wear a helmet and be careful. There are plenty of free attractions when you are in the major cities, such as the temples, markets and parks. And if you are looking to fully explore the country, we recommend you plan your own itinerary rather than taking an organised tour. These can be overpriced, and with the help of domestic flights and fantastic hostel and hotel options, you can easily plan your own trip to Vietnam. We have some great itinerary suggestions over on our website Creative Travel Guide. I will leave the link to some in the description below. So now let's look at some of the best things to do in Vietnam. Firstly, head to Hanoi, where you can visit the Old Quarter, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, and the Temple of Literature. Then take a boat tour to see the stunning limestone casts and islands at Halong Bay, followed by a trek in Sapa to see the terraced rice fields. Then head down to central Vietnam, where you can take a stroll in Hoi An to see the lantern-lit streets of this UNESCO World Heritage town. Relax on the beaches of Da Nang, but make sure to visit the Marble Mountains not too far from here, and then tour the imperial city of Hue. Experience the hustle and bustle of Ho Chi Minh City, where you can head to the War Remnants Museum, the Notre Dame Cathedral, and the lively food markets here. Plus, from the city you can also visit the Chu Chi tunnels, where you can learn about the Vietnam War and crawl through the historic underground tunnels. Then why not finish off your trip with a cruise along the Mekong Delta to take a boat trip to see the floating markets, local villages, and lush scenery. Still not convinced? Watch this video to find out the 10 reasons to visit Vietnam. Then to find out about the best places to visit in Vietnam, watch this video. We hope you have an incredible time in the country no matter where you choose to visit, and stay creative.